Hey guys, let's talk about what they're not telling you. Let's talk about the fact that we blew up two of our own jets, shot them down by accident. Let's talk about China because the airspace near Iran is supposed to be shut down, closed. Talk about how China is flying in their jets. Let's talk about that and giving them to the Iranians. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the reason they're doing it. They're doing it because in a year, we're going to be battling over Taiwan. And they want to see how their jets respond to our jets. Let's talk about that. But that airspace is closed. Let's talk about the fact that there are Iranians in America who are praising the liberation of Iran, but 108 girls under the age of 13 had to take the hit for you being able to get in the middle of the streets and praising. 108 girls who had parents who will no longer see their daughters. So before you come into my fucking timeline and say it's a good thing and it needed to be done, let's think about those 108 girls. And who do we see about that? Oh, that's right. We see the Americans about that. Let's talk about the fact that Benjamin Netanyahu was on Air Force One so he wouldn't be caught up in the fires that Israel was going to take, the hits that Israel was going to take. And his fucking ass is resting peacefully in Germany right now. He fucking ran, okay, while his country took the hit. Let's talk about that. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that, right? Let's talk about all the millions of dollars that our president took in super PAC money. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how super PACs want favors once your president gets in office. Well, that's a normal occurrence. But Trump is doing the favors at the detriment of the American people. See, that $10 million tax cut was for the people who run the super PACs because they're the richest 1% in the world. Let's talk about that. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that because that would mean that you were hoodwinked. That means you were duped. That means that you were stupid. And we don't want to say that. Let's talk about all the people the fact that y'all think that Jasmine can't win against a white man, but that white man took super PAC money. But y'all want to drain the swamp, right? I'm going to tell you. Let's talk about a man who drained the fucking food stamp program and the free lunch program and didn't tell us about it. We had a Supreme Court justice tell us that the money was gone. Let's talk about that. But y'all don't want to talk about the shit that he's done. Let's talk about the fact that he brought over 1,000 Afrikaners and gonna bring some more over because they were facing a genocide. And then you found out that that was a fucking lie. And then he gave them the very thing that you were mad at the Hispanics about. Free medical care, food stamps, and Medicaid. Well, no. Food stamps, Medicaid, and housing issues. Y'all were mad about that. Gave it to the Afrikaners. At the same time, he was giving them their shit. He was stripping you of yours. Medicare and Medicaid and food stamps. Oh, yeah, they got that shit. And living good in America on your fucking dime. Oh, or is it different because they're white? Please tell me. Now you see why we think you're stupid? Now do you see why we think that you have no critical thinking skills? And let me tell you something. You can have all the education in the world and be the dumbest motherfucker, man. Just have no common sense that God gave a fucking tick, a bed bug, a roach. You think about that.